But we'll see. We'll see. We'll see how he gets on. I mean, he might do quite well. He obviously has driven the Ferrari, but to expect him to, you know, get anywhere near Charles Leclerc just jumping in the car now, having not driven around this track, I mean, you'd be expecting a lot, wouldn't you? But he is a talented lad. He does like this circuit as well, so, you know, who knows? Lobato, how you doing? Yeah, we'll see. I'm just gonna put that there as well, just so you've got that, you know. So, FP3. I'm interested, a lot more interested in FP3 now than I was earlier today, because let's be honest, I wasn't expecting much from FP3. Qualifying takes place at 5 o'clock today, UK time. But now, with Oliver Bearman, I'm more interested in what's going to happen. And I've just seen as well that Lewis Hamilton is running a different setup to George Russell again. Apparently they were testing opposite setups yesterday. Lewis is running a different setup, including a higher downforce rear wing. So in theory, he should be a little bit quicker through the faster corners, the trickier sectors, but he's definitely going to lose time down the straights. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out for him. He's obviously been off George Russell's pace so far this weekend. So Lewis has been complaining about the rear of the car a lot, which is maybe why they've given him more rear downforce. Maybe George is able to manage it a little bit better. Hard to say. Hard to say, but you know, this is the third practice session now, and they're not going to be able to change the rear wing configuration during the session, so he's going to have to make a decision. And it looks like they're still nowhere near finding the right setup for either car with an hour to go, which doesn't really bode well for qualifying for him, if I'm being honest. But there you go. So only 18, Oliver Bearman. I didn't know this, but the second youngest driver to race in Formula 1, can you guess who it was? The youngest was Max Verstappen, but who was the second youngest to race in Formula 1? Some of you might say, I don't know, Lewis Hamilton. It's not Lewis Hamilton. It's Lance Stroll. What? Lance Stroll was 18 when he started in Formula 1. Madness. I wouldn't have guessed that. So people are just having some lunch there. Got an overview of, what was that, turn 2? I can't really see. Just having a spot of lunch, you know, some snacks. Watching the cars go around. That's lovely, isn't it? Number 38 is Oliver Bearman's number. I wasn't sure what his number was, to say the truth. Is it Bearman or Bearman? It is technically spelt Bearman. But I've been pronouncing it Bearman. I don't know why. I thought it was Bearman, but maybe it's Bearman. Oliver Bearman. It's actually kind of impressive that Carlos Sainz got through both practice sessions. Like, he had appendicitis and he still got in FP1, FP2 despite being ill. But once he got confirmed to have appendicitis, they were never going to let him race. I don't think he'd have been able to anyway. Supposedly overnight he just got worse and a lot more pain. They had to set up his seat and the pedals and all that jazz. The FIA have to confirm that his the FIA have to confirm all the like the seat, and they have to also confirm the start procedure that the driver, you know, is familiar with it. You know, make sure he's not going to be a liability. Lando's looking happy. Everyone just wants to see Oliver Bearman now on track. That's all everyone wants to see. Let's make sure this is up to date. There we go. Valtteri Bottas, first one out. He's got matching Saudi colours, isn't it? It's obviously a brighter green, but... yeah, he's got very little F1 experience, Oliver Bearman. He has tested a car previous, but he's got very little experience. He's not done FP1, not done FP2. He's been driving a Formula 2 car all weekend. And now he's just got to crack on. Like, rough. All right, Wolves. Good afternoon. Yeah, Oliver's out on track straight away. Get as much time as possible, which makes sense. Yeah. No rookies, no driver changes, and then one race in. Ollie Bearman straight away. The other thing to consider is the steering wheel. Like, he has to know, you know, they won't have time to make a custom steering wheel for his specification, surely, with all the buttons in the places he wants them. You know, everything will be a learning experience, and he's got to learn everything within an hour. You know, so... it's exciting. We got something exciting to look forward to this weekend. See how Ollie gets on. It is sad for Carlos Sainz, though. Because Sainz, you know... I think he'd be looking to have a good weekend. carrying on from Bahrain, you know. He might, like I say, he might not even be able to do Australia. Why have we cut to the Aston Martin? Just show Oliver on track. He's literally one of 2 cars out on track. Why are you showing us a driver in the bloody garage while he's doing his first lap? Like, show us someone who's on the track, for Christ's sake. I swear sometimes the TV director needs a clip around the head. What nationality is Bearman? I feel like... Is he German? He's British. I didn't even realise he was British. I had no idea he was British. Bloody hell. Fair play. I know who Oliver Bearman is, but I had no idea he was a British lad. I'm even more excited for him then. He's from bloody Chelmsford. His Wikipedia's already been updated. Fair play. I had no idea. He's where did Oliver finish in F2 last year? He was in Formula 2 last year. In 2023, he finished 6th. He won 2 races. Baku. The Baku Sprint, the Baku Feature. The Barcelona Feature. And the Monza Feature. So he had 4 wins last year. But he had some bad results as well. 12th, 12th, 17th, 11th, 14th, 15th, 10th. 4 retirements. Hey, Dan. Lewis is out on softs. He does have a different rear wing on now, Lewis, though, with more downforce. So they probably want to get some data comparing his run now to yesterday, I suppose, and just see what they're going to end up with in qualifying. Yeah, I didn't really follow F2 that much last year, so I can't say I'm super familiar with his racecraft, let's say. He's obviously got pace, but the thing is, some drivers go into Formula 2 and they're quick straight away and they win. You know, guys like I want to say Hamilton. I want to say Russell. I want to say Charles Leclerc. You know, they go into Formula 2 and they win straight away. And then there's other drivers that don't. You know, Mick Schumacher won Formula 2, but I think it took him 2 or 3 years. I can't remember how long now. There he is. There's Mickey. Hello, darkness, my old friend. Kind of weird, really, because Mick is obviously still a Mercedes test driver, but he's racing for Alpine in WEC now, World Endurance. Nico's looking very chill. He's not in a rush to go out, is he? He ain't going out anytime soon. I mean, I would love to see Nico Hülkenberg in a top car. I do think he's been arguably one of the most unlucky drivers over the last, decade. He's had so much potential and he's had so many opportunities and he's just fell short every time. Really unlucky. He has had chances, but you have to say that a lot of the time he has been very unlucky, though. If I was running a team now, though, I think I would be more likely to take a chance on an upcoming talent than I would to put someone like Hulk in the car. Or maybe you'd want to... I wouldn't put Hülkenberg next to Charles Leclerc or someone. I just don't see the benefit of that. I don't think it was a case of none of the top teams saw anything in him to move him up. I think it was more of a case of just the opportunities weren't there at the right times. I think a lot of the top teams had potential in him. There was actually a bigger issue at play with Hülkenberg that isn't so much of an issue these days, but it's something that people don't really talk about. Hülkenberg wasn't considered for a top drive many years ago because he was too tall. He was considered too tall at the time, and it was more back, 10 years ago or so, it was more of a hassle to get the car set up for a taller driver. In fact, apparently, one of the reasons, this was on the race podcast, one of the reasons that the chassis, the Alpine chassis, failed the crash test was due to changes they had to make because of Esteban Ocon. Or accommodations they were making for Esteban Ocon. Because he's obviously very tall. I don't know how true that is. Obviously, he's been with the team a few years now, so they... But yeah. Bagdawn, how you doing? Good afternoon. Yeah, but Jensen, people like Button, Russell, Hülkenberg, they were all tall lads, weren't they? But, I mean, the reality is, look, He's not going to get a top drive now in his career, Nico Hulkenberg, I don't think. But I do rate him highly. I'm looking forward to the weekend. I'm looking forward to qualifying later. Russell slower than Bearman on the soft tyre. What? Bearman, God, isn't he? Who would I bet on for today? I think you'd be a fool of a toque to bet on anyone other than Max Verstappen for pole position. But I do think pole position is close. I think the race pace, Red Bull and Max are miles ahead. But on qualifying pace, I think Max, the two... Well, actually, I'm going to say one Mercedes, George Russell. I think Max, Russell, Alonso, and Charles Leclerc are all possibles for pole. Well, that's also true. It like taller drivers are heavier drivers, and back when he was racing in Formula One, there wasn't, the cost cap and all the rest of it, and there were still restrictions on weight though. So it's not like, it's not like that wasn't a thing back then, because it was. Anyway, I don't know. The reality is, a team like Mercedes or Ferrari, they're not going to pick up Nico Hulkenberg now, are they? Someone like Kevin Magnussen, though, he got his chance. He got a chance in McLaren. Didn't do very well. So I think for pole, Max, George, Charles Leclerc, and Alonso. There was meant to be an announcement about Audi today. Supposedly earlier in the week they made an announcement within the team that they're on to the next stage of taking the team over. There was meant to be an official announcement today, but I haven't seen anything in regards to it. All right, Daz. So Lewis is being told that his main deficits are in straight line compared to his laps yesterday, which makes sense because he's got more rear wing on, but he's gaining elsewhere. Turn 13, he's gaining 0.2 on his lap time yesterday. So he is obviously gaining through the faster sections, but losing down the straight, which is exactly what you would expect from having more wing. Maybe he just feels more comfortable with that. But obviously he'll be losing more time on the straights. Braking as well with higher downforce. Yeah, Bearman's done solid laps so far. Honestly, if he qualified, as long as he doesn't make any mistakes and just gets a qualifying lap in, that would be impressive, considering he's just jumped into the car. If he puts it in the top 10, that would be incredible, honestly. So, we'll see how he gets on. No, Sainz is going to miss the whole weekend. You can't have one person qualifying and then another person doing the race. Doesn't work like that. So, Sainz will miss the rest of the weekend now. Appendicitis, he's gone in for surgery. He went straight to the hospital and he's gone for surgery, so. Charles Leclerc goes P2. But he is on the medium tyres. The Mercedes around him are on the softs. Yeah. Yesterday that we were into the 28s. It's hard to say. I think Verstappen, I said this earlier, Verstappen, Leclerc, Russell, and Alonso are my bet for the top four. Oh, what about Perez, though? God. I don't know. This nose camera is brilliant from off Perez's car. Three tenths quicker there. Purple sector 2 and 3. Yeah, we were in the 28s yesterday. I think yesterday we got a 28. Fernando Alonso did a 28.8 yesterday in FP2. So yeah, we're nowhere near the fastest times yet. But what you got to remember is FP2 took place at 5 p.m, which is roughly when qualifying will happen, and it's when the race will happen. Much hotter temperatures currently in FP3, so you won't see a 28, I don't think. Oh, has Hamilton done a sub 29? I don't know what he did yesterday, actually. I think he did. I think he got into 29s yesterday. 29.5 yesterday, yeah, from Hamilton. George did a 29 flat. Hamilton did a 29.5.
Pre-subscription received. Apparently you were doing something
so, yeah, I mean, he has. He's just chilling, isn't he? Absolutely chilling, mate. Oh, hey! Hey, folks. Welcome. welcome to me chatting about Formula One. Thank you very much, Adam. Appreciate it. Counter-Strike tonight, is it? I haven't played all week. I'm sure that'll go well. Eddie, thank you very much for the 55 months. FP3 and Hamilton is still looking shy. He's looked all right so far. He's been fine, though. Went straight out, testing a different wing configuration. I don't know if he'll end up keeping it. We will see. Qualifying's 5 p.m. today. So this is what's going to happen. I will end the stream after FP3. Go crack on with some stuff. And then about 4 o'clock, I'll be live again. And then we'll be live through to the evening. Then we'll watch qualifying at 5 o'clock. And then, you know, play whatever. So, well, I mean, listen, I'll play CS tonight. Obviously, I haven't played all week. So I will happily play some Counter-Strike. Is it England v France tonight? Is it? Oh, Christ. Is that the Friday night game? Hold on. Oh, no, it's tomorrow. Sorry, tomorrow you'll miss the race. Sorry, yeah, tomorrow, yeah. Yeah. England-Ireland, isn't it? Isn't it England-Ireland? I'm sure Wales are playing France this weekend. Or Have I got it wrong? Yeah. England. So it's England-Ireland tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, Wales are playing France on Sunday. Yes. Both will be playing, yeah. As a Welshman, Six Nations has not gone to plan. We've had a couple of good games, but I love the rugby. I really do, but Verstappen 2/10 off Perez. Yeah, Liverpool City on Sunday. It's a big weekend for sport. I've got the family round on Sunday, though. It's Mother's Day. So Leclerc, fastest on the medium. I've got, so I'm glad the race isn't on Sunday, actually. I have invited my mum over and Joe's mum and dad. And I am going to cook them a lovely Sunday roast. Obviously, homemade roast potatoes. We're going to have beef is the meat of choice. Obviously, homemade gravy. Braised cabbage we're going to have. They like cauliflower cheese, so they'll have cauliflower cheese. We're even probably going to have pigs in blankets. It's going to be chef's kiss. The fact you don't know what a Sunday roast is makes me sad, really. Oh yeah, we're pushing the boat out. You know, got to impress the in-laws. Not too worried about impressing my mum. I mean, she's known me long enough. So yeah, pushing the boat out Sunday. I'm not making the dessert though. Oh, honey roast parsnips as well. Yeah, that's being made. I'm going to make parsnips. Joe doesn't like parsnips, but everyone else does. So parsnips, obviously, stuffing, all the rest of it. Parsnips are going to be made. Chantenay carrots. If you want a nice little trick for Chantenay carrots, when you're cooking them in the water, a little bit of sugar. Just a little bit of sugar in there. Then once they're all cooked, they have just a sweet taste to them. Lovely. Yeah, Bearman's doing all right. Ollie quicker than Lewis. Well, I mean, he isn't. He's behind him, but I mean, he's not miles off. But Hamilton did a couple of laps earlier on the soft, like quick laps, and then hasn't really done a quick lap since then. I think he's been on a more longer run. I think. Bearman hasn't actually updated there on the list. We're missing number 9. Oh, that's annoying because it's still got Sainz on it, has it? We've got 2 7s. It's gone wrong. Sainz is still there. No, it's not the leaderboard that's wrong necessarily. It's that it's still including Sainz. So it's... There we go. Ferrari running 3 drivers. No, Sainz is in the bloody hospital. He's not driving. But Hamilton's lap was pretty much the same as Bearman, and Bearman was on the medium, so... Sainz has been unwell all weekend, Shock. He looked very ill yesterday, but he still took part in FP1 and FP2, and it turns out he's got appendicitis. He was really unwell last night. The doctor confirmed he's got appendicitis, and he's gone for surgery. The fact that he actually did FP1 and FP2 is actually really impressive, considering he was unwell, and he felt unwell, and he looked unwell. And it turns out, with good reason. So, yeah.
Subscription received. Apparently you were doing something right, Captain.
Number 20 came out. Bestie, thank you very much for the 20 months. Kevin Magnussen, what a guy. What a guy. They increased the tyre PSI by 1 PSI for the front tyres overnight. I'm not quite sure why they did that. Newy Masterclass is not allowed now. Is it offensive? Nah, Peter's not been seen. He's not been seen, Peter. Ever since Mercedes just had a quick time in one testing day, Peter hasn't shown his face. Hasn't shown his face since then. Classic Peter. Classic. Nah, Peter's not here. Peter is a viewer that regularly joined the YouTube streams, and he was always telling us during testing that Mercedes were sandbagging and he had an inside track and that they were a lot quicker and their engine was like really good this year and all the rest of it. And we were like, I said, listen, I'm sure Mercedes is going to be better, but it's you know, come on. And then they were quicker on one FP2 day, and he came. And he was like, look, I told you. You didn't believe me. I was like, mate, it's testing. Then the first race, when they were terrible, he was nowhere to be seen. Nowhere to be seen. Yeah, he had inside knowledge. Yeah, he was just blowing smoke. Well, we knew he was blowing smoke, but he tried to claim he was right when they were fast for one day in testing. Classic, I told you so. Well, maybe he's been kidnapped because he you know, he was leaking privileged information. Oh, Peter. Peter had the hopium, you know, and hopium is strong. Hopium is almost as strong as copium. Sergeant, 0 centimeters. This shows Sergeant hitting the wall and then a graphic that says Sergeant, 0 centimeters, too close to the wall. Oh, God. Like, such an unnecessary graphic. Yes, of course he's too close to the wall. He hit it. Oh, he's broke his steering as well. Logan. Stroll hits the wall in the exact same place, yeah. No, that wasn't Logan. Was it? It was Logan. Right? Yeah, it was Logan, right? Yeah, it was Logan. Go on, Lando. Lando. Half a tenth down after 2 sectors. Lando, loving life. Perez slow in the middle sector, though. Perez, not a good lap from him. Show us Norris. No, he's pitting. Norris. Oh, you're such a tease. He's such a tease. Why does he tease me so? So he's backed off intentionally there to hide pace, or, which is no point, or he made a mistake in the sector we didn't see. That's true. Piastri did do that yesterday. He did a purple first sector, a good middle sector, and then pitted. So they did that with Piastri yesterday as well. Well, maybe Lando made a mistake into the last corner that we didn't see. Or it's just a tactic. George Russell getting a toe down that pit straight. Hey, everybody, slow down. Slow down. You're too quick. You've gone too quick. Yeah, Lando, to be fair, Lando actually made a mistake on his lap in Bahrain as well. So he does sometimes make mistakes on his push laps in qualifying, and he knows that because he said it himself that it's something he needs to fix. Yeah, Verstappen's just done a 28.4, which I actually think is quicker than the times yesterday. I think it was a 28.5. No. Yeah, it was a 28.8. 28.8 was the fastest time yesterday from Fernando Alonso. Verstappen just did a 28.4. And the track's 8 degrees hotter than it was yesterday because it was at a different time. So, yeah. Okay, bye. It might be in the 27s. What was qualifying last year? Qualifying 2020. The. 28.2 was the qualifying time in Q3. But that was from Perez. Verstappen had some sort of issue, didn't he? So a 28.2 was the qualifying time last year. We're on a 28.4 in FP3. So we'll definitely beat the 28.2. Spicy. Spicy. I think McLaren have got some pace they haven't shown. I think everyone else sucks. Sorry, I was just reading an email. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, listen, Kevin Magnussen, look at him. Look at him right up there. Loving life in... Woo! P4. Alonso did a 28.5 yesterday. No, that's a lie. 28.8 he did yesterday. But that was at 5 o'clock, our time. Track's a lot hotter in the afternoon, and Verstappen's just in a 28.4. So when the track cools down later on, Verstappen's definitely, I think, going to be in the 27s. Yeah, Merca sandbagging. Peter, what's the word on Mercedes? Yeah. Oh, wow. Peter said they're a second quicker than Red Bull this weekend. They're just holding it back. So Peter said that, don't worry. They're going to crank their engine up and they'll be fine. So, yeah. No, Joe's in work. Just kidding. She's looking after Peter. In the bunker. Yeah, who's Peter? Did I tell you I got annoyed the other day because I was sat here, right, doing some work. It was a Sunday. Joe was had a friend over. They were just downstairs talking, drinking, whatever. And I was expecting a delivery off Amazon. I saw on my phone a notification, our driveway camera popped. And I thought, that's weird. Why is he taking a package down there? There's two people downstairs. He obviously hasn't rang the door. I go downstairs, open the door, and he's there in front of me. I was like, all right. He's like, yes, sorry, I rang the wrong door. I was like, all right, it's no problem. He's like, one of the packages is down the side. I said, what do you mean, one of them? He said, I've posted the other one. You've posted the other one to the wrong house? He said, yeah. I said, but that house doesn't even have a number on it. Our house has got our number on it in big numbers. How have you posted it to the wrong house? He said, and he lifted his phone and he just went, oh, I was just looking at the GPS. And his Amazon GPS obviously showed. I was like, mate, Come on, like, use some bloody common sense. Jesus Christ. Do you know what I mean? Oh! Oh, Guanyu Zhou. Heavy hit into the wall. Oi, oi, oi. He's okay. Wow, that is going to be P3 over. That's going to be FP3 over for sure. Because once they've got the car out, and that's going to be ruinous for a few guys. Oliver Bearman especially, because he needs the time. People like Hamilton who haven't gone back out and got a good understanding of this setup they're trying to go with. Verstappen and Perez, I think, will be pretty happy. Leclerc will be happy. But there'll be other drivers, especially in the midfield, that really needed that time. I haven't seen a replay of this, but... But that is a lot of damage before qualifying. A lot of damage. That is huge damage to the rear of the car. Could be engine damage, gearbox damage. That is big. It's a big hit. It's through turn 4? Oh. Oh. Yay, 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 yay. They're not insured back. What are we talking about? They're not insured. It goes into a cost cap. That isn't the issue. Qualifying takes place in a few hours. They've got to somehow fix that whole car now, including changing potentially the engine, maybe gearbox, depending on how hit the contact was. The whole rear structure's got to be replaced. Because it went rear first. Oh. Yeah, that's a rough hit. That is a rough hit. A lot of damage. Zhou Guanyu, it was that crashed. Yeah. I think we'll call it there, guys. I don't see there being any interesting running now in the next 14 minutes. I don't think, to be honest. So it's a big old shunt. Because that's going to take a while. They're going to have to check the Tech Pro barriers, and it's going to take a long time, I think, to fix that. There won't be any meaningful running now before the end of the session. Yeah, Zhou Guanyu has lost it through the very fast section of, I want to say it's turn 4, 5, 6, but the Saudi Arabian track map has so many bloody turns. They've got like 27 when really it isn't 27. It's an absolute nightmare, but yeah. Looks like a spoon. Anyway. Yeah, it's been reported. I thought it was already guaranteed that Audi were taking over 100%, to tell you the truth. I think that was the announcement that I was talking about earlier that we were waiting for. I thought they were already taking over 100%, to be honest, so it's not even news to me. But yeah, Audi have confirmed 100%. So they're going to be taking over the Sauber company. It'll be 100% Audi. Yeah, good. Right. Me old muckers. I will be back for qualifying. I will be live back on Twitch about 4 o'clock-ish. I'll be live back on YouTube about 4:45, ready for qualifying. And we're all going to have a lovely time. And we're going to see Oliver Bearman get his first pole position in Formula 1, aren't we? Okay. JK. But we're going to have a lovely time. So thank you very much for joining me for FP3. It's going to be an exciting evening. Obviously, Counter-Strike is going to take place afterwards. So prepare yourselves for that. And we're going to have a lovely time. So, qualifying layer, Counter-Strike, egg. Boom. Whoa, thank you for the gifted sub to Hella.
Dispensing gratitude. Gratitude dispensed.
God.
Oh
dear.
Gifted a tier 1 sub to Hello Mag. They have
With Bong. I don't think Bong's going to play Counter-Strike on a Friday night. Is he? Thank you very, very much. Right. I love you all. Until later. Goodbye.